the freedom to choose what you put into your body. And for me, that is essential.
COVID-19 vaccination has proven to be safe, and almost all countries have restrictions to the entry of non-vaccinated people. But the superstar Novak Djokovic is stubborn and is not ready to get the vaccination. His persistence has cost him a lot already. This year, he entered the tennis world as the #1 player, but could not play 3 events because he was not vaccinated. And now, he is at number 7 in the world ranking. Business tycoon Ion Tiriac has also slammed the Wimbledon champion and has claimed this was his fatal mistake. He's commented on the personality of Novak Djokovic, and it seems like he does not like the player a lot. In this video, we will about whether Novak Djokovic will be participating in US Open or not, because he has refused to get the COVID-19 vaccination. Stay with me till the end of this video to know a lot about Novak Djokovic. US Open. Novak Djokovic, after winning the Wimbledon 2022, was waiting for a piece of good news from the US Open, that maybe the rules put in place by the United States government changed before the end of August. Otherwise, he would not be able to participate in the event. According to Forbes' Adam Zagoria, the tennis star has stated that he does not intend to receive the COVID-19 vaccine before the tournament begins on August 29th. Foreigners who have not been vaccinated are currently barred from entering the United States. "I guess I'll have to wait and see," he said. "I would love to visit the United States, but that is not currently possible. I'm not sure what else I can do. I mean, it is really up to the US government to decide whether or not unvaccinated people can enter the country." His hopes of playing in the tournament suffered a blow after the tournament said it will respect the United States government's rules on the COVID-19 vaccine. Per the Grand Slam rulebook, all eligible players are automatically entered into the men's and women's singles main draw fields based on ranking 42 days before the first Monday of the event, according to a statement from the US Open, which does not have its own vaccination rules. The US Open does not have a vaccination mandate for players, but it will respect the US government's position on unvaccinated, non-US citizens entering the country. It means that Djokovic, who had stated repeatedly that he will not take the vaccine, will be denied entry. Now that Novak Djokovic will not be in New York, another former champion will be there. Meanwhile, the fans of Novak Djokovic want him to participate in the tournament. Over 23,000 people have signed a Change.org petition urging the United States Tennis Association and the US government to allow Djokovic to compete in the Grand Slam. Earlier this year, it is not the only event that Novak Djokovic is going to miss this year because of his stubbornness. His refusal to get the vaccine also cost him the opportunity to compete in the Indian Wells and Miami tournaments in March in the United States. Djokovic in particular was deported before the start of the Australian Open in January because he was still unvaccinated. He entered the borders of the country through an Emirates flight with a medical exemption, but the health minister, Greg Hunt, argued that his medical exemption of Djokovic is not valid. Rafael Nadal went on to win the tournament, his 21st Grand Slam title, breaking a tie with Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer for the most men's single titles at majors. Nadal also won the French Open this year, putting him 2 titles ahead of Djokovic, although they began 2022 tied at 20 titles. Comments of Ion Tiriac. A couple of weeks ago when Novak Djokovic was preparing for Wimbledon, business tycoon Ion Tiriac in an interview talked about him and claimed his mistake of not getting COVID-19 vaccination was fatal. "I think Djokovic has made a fatal mistake with the issue of the vaccine. Fatal. For his image and all that, a shame, because he is a sensational player," he spoke. And we all cannot disagree with him at this point. Ion Tiriac also spoke about the personality of Novak Djokovic and compared him with that of John McEnroe and Ilie Nastase. "He wants to be a personality, and he doesn't have the charisma of McEnroe or Nastase," Tiriac said. "So it's a little more difficult. Without a doubt, he is a great player and a great worker, but he's not Nadal. Nadal is Nadal, and there is no one like him at Roland Garros." He also said that Djokovic is looking for a place that he cannot find. Novak Djokovic is like Becker, like a child who plays with fire and holds his hands up to see if it burns or not. He said that Djokovic is a good player and a good athlete, but he is not a champion. It is clear from the above that former number 19 Ion Tiriac is not a big fan of Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic and Nick Kyrgios. Novak Djokovic has downplayed a bromance with Wimbledon final opponent Nick Kyrgios, but admits the pair have a better relationship than ever. During the ill-fated Adria Tour during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Kyrgios slammed Djokovic as boneheaded and a tool when Djokovic wrote to Australian Open organisers asking for quarantine conditions to be eased. However, Kyrgios expressed his support for the reigning Wimbledon champion in January, saying he was embarrassed by Djokovic's treatment, which included being detained by local authorities, released and then detained again before being deported ahead of the Australia Open. Before the grand final of Wimbledon 2022 between these two, Nick Kyrgios said that they have a bit of a bromance now, which is weird. He said, "I believe everyone understands that there was no love lost for a while there. I believe it was beneficial to the sport. Every time we played each other, I believe there was a lot of anticipation. With all the drama at the Australian Open, I felt like I was almost the only kind of player who stood up for him. So it is good to know that both of them are on good terms now, and Nick had the back of Djokovic when he needed him the most." Before the Wimbledon final, Nick Kyrgios posted a picture with Djokovic with the caption, "We friends now?" To which Djokovic replied, "Only if he is inviting for dinner or dinner, he would accept, and the winner of the Wimbledon final will pay the bill." Novak Djokovic about Rafael Nadal injury. During the Wimbledon event before the semi-final, Rafael Nadal pulled out of the event due to an injury. He was suffering from a 7mm abdominal injury. Rafael Nadal completed his quarterfinal with a lot of pain and difficulty. It was seen that he was struggling in the game and was delivering slower than he usually does. The father and sister of Rafael Nadal were present on the court and were continuously asking Nadal to retire from the game. After the match, Rafael Nadal announced that he wanted to play the match, but his happiness is more important than anything, and then he withdrew from the event. Last year, Novak Djokovic also played against Taylor Fritz during the Australian Open with an abdominal injury, and still managed to win the tournament. When he was asked to compare his situation with that of Rafael Nadal, he said, "I do not know what exactly is the nature of Rafa's injury. I heard that it is an abdominal muscle tear, but I don't know which muscle. I tore an oblique muscle on my left side during the match against Fritz. It is clear that it is extremely hard to play under those conditions, but the whole process depends on where exactly the tear is. I had the most pain while serving." He also said that injuries are the worst enemies of a player, and he understands the situation of Rafael Nadal and appreciates him for playing the quarterfinal and also winning it with an injury. He is the one who knows his body best, so the decision whether to continue or not was always up to him. Sadly, a tournament so big as Wimbledon did not have a second semi-final, but it is what it is, he said. So, this was all from the video. Novak Djokovic has said a straight no to the COVID-19 vaccination. We are sure about the reason behind it. He has, on the other hand, claimed that he is not likely to get the coronavirus and does not need vaccination. But with this proof and surety, he cannot enter the events. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you guys.